For more, we're joined now by Janatan Sayeh, research analyst at the Foundation for Defense of Democracy, is joining us from Washington. Janatan, how is the psychological impact of last month's war still playing out inside Iran? And could it influence the regime's decisions moving forward, this fear of internal unrest that we're seeing?
It certainly can, and as you mentioned, it is truly a psychological war, but it operates on two fronts. On the first level, the regime officials themselves need to narrow down who amongst them is in fact an Israeli spy. So there is a rift amongst different officials, whether it's military or political. That's on one front. And the other front, which is perhaps more existential to the Islamic Republic, it is the people themselves. So for years and decades, the Tehran regime has been perceived as this mighty force that is undefeatable, and attacking Iran has been the biggest red line. But Israel's attack broke that barrier and broke that taboo. So in the eyes of the ordinary Iranians, this regime can easily be defeated with proper coordination and networking amongst different activists.
And are we seeing that so far? Any signs of dissent or cracks inside even Iran's leadership as tensions with Israel are still so high?
It would be challenging to tap into that range of information when we're talking about rifts within regime officials. There are unverified reports coming in. It is too early to tell, but what we do know for a fact is, in addition to the paranoia amongst officials, another challenge is staffing. So you have these people, whether they were nuclear scientists or people in charge of the aerospace engineering, drones and missiles, that cannot be that easily replaced given Iran's international isolation.
Let's talk more about the nuclear dilemma here, because the Iranian foreign minister, he says Tehran cannot give up on nuclear enrichment. Now, that's not really a new statement coming from Iran, but what does this mean for nuclear talks that could restart with the E3 countries or even potential future talks with the United States? Iran seems it's not budging on its statements.
The main impact this would have, this stance from the foreign ministry, would sabotage any form of reconciliation that would, in theory, occur before Snapback. So the Snapback deadline that would reinstate all UN sanctions on Iran is approaching in October. So before then, the West needs to narrow down whether they will, in fact, initiate the mechanism or not. And it seems like they're moving forward with that direction. And as Iran continues to double down on enrichment, as the regime continues to threaten with their satellite launch that is directly tied to their missile program, that again further provides an incentive for the Washington and EU that are increasingly aligned on the Iranian threat to initiate snapback sanctions against the regime.
All right, Janatan Sayeh, thank you for breaking down exactly what we could expect from the minds of the Iranians right now. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.